I want to talk in part in our conversation about how to improve our memory, but you're making me wonder about how to improve our forgetting. So maybe let me give you an anecdote that I think captures a little bit of my curiosity around this. I remember in my first year of grad school, I had a classmate who was enamored with some work done by an eminent psychologist, Dick Nisbett.
Mm.
And she read 4 or 5 of his papers. They'd been published about a decade earlier. And she got a meeting with him. She sat down and she started asking him questions about the papers. And he gave her this blank look and he couldn't answer any of her questions. And finally she said, well, I really wanted to talk to you about this body of work. And he said, oh, that finished 8 years ago. I've purged it from my memory. And I was so troubled by the idea that you could actively purge something from your memory. It never occurred to me that you could intentionally forget something. So is this a thing? Can you do it? If so, how?
Yes, it is a thing. How big of an effect it is in the real world, we don't know. One of my friends and colleagues, Mike Anderson, who's now in Cambridge, has basically made his career studying this, and he's very passionate about this idea of voluntary forgetting. And he's got a good body of evidence to show that same kind of control that we can exert to inhibit, say, a movement, we can inhibit the retrieval of a memory. And so the question is how big of an effect that is and how permanent it is. But it's definitely been shown that you can inhibit the recovery of a memory and make it harder to access and maybe even change it to make it blurrier.